Welcome to the True Travelers in Mexico couch. Mark, this is Paulette, and for those of you who subscribe to our Facebook group, that also entitled The True Travelers in Mexico, you'll know that 2 days ago on Tuesday, Paulette had a major meltdown. And so we're going to talk about that and the issues that we had with doing a wire transfer to purchase our new house.
Wire transfer, yes. Okay, so I did everything right for the wire transfer. I don't know if you guys have ever done them before. This was our first time doing them. And only one of us needed to be writing the letter to the bank, even though we're both on the account. So anyhow, that was all done. The letter was actually sent to the bank, although we had numerous conversations with the bank. Numerous. At least 12, I'd say, in the last couple of weeks. Yeah. So after we entered the contract, we started asking questions. What do we need? Blah, 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 blah. You know, making sure our I's were dotted, our T's were crossed, all that stuff. And so I sent the letter out on Monday. We ended up closing on Friday, right? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. No, must have been Tuesday I sent the letter, because I sent the letter, and then on the fourth day we ended up actually closing escrow. So, yeah, I totally wigged out like Tasmanian devil, just like, woo, spinning. Honestly. Well, I'm a type A anyhow, so,
it didn't take much.
It goes along with the type A personality, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So the wire transfer, okay, so let me back up a little bit. So Friday, when we went there to go ahead and we close, what happened was I had to call the bank to reiterate again, and I thought I was going to have to give them all the information again, but I did not. And instead, they had all the information, but and then they kept putting me on hold, and that was to go ahead and get the information confirmed with the SWIFT number from the bank and with the CLABE number from the bank. And so that's why they kept putting me on hold to make sure that things were matching up, which they did. And that was fine. And then a couple of hours later, our money came out from our account. But go ahead. Were you going to say something?
Well, I was going to say several times we stated that we needed the money to be sent in Mexican pesos.
That was all we stated.
Yeah.
That was all we've ever said. And one time, one of the gals asked Mark, well, what is that in dollars or something? And he told her roughly about what it was in dollars, but we were doing pesos in Mexico.
And I also told her that the peso to dollar rate fluctuates.
It does.
So you can't get an exact amount.
Yeah, it can change several times in one day. So anyhow, I had a meltdown because this is what happened. That was on a Friday. They told us it could take 2 to 5 business days. That was Friday. We did that in the morning. And Monday, right? Because today's Wednesday. Yeah, Monday. So Monday, I get a WhatsApp, because that's really popular here in Mexico. I get a WhatsApp from the bank here in Mexico where my wire transfer is going into, with them telling me that they got it, but we're short. I'm like, what? Okay, that's what I did. So
there was more than that, but we'll just leave it there.
Well, yeah, we'll leave it there. And so she said that they were short like 85,000 pesos. And that's about what, maybe
4,300 US dollars.
Right. So I totally wigged out, because I can't tell you how many times I confirmed over and over and over. And that day in the notario's office, I also confirmed over what the dollar peso was for the purchase of the house. So now they're telling me that it was 85,000 pesos short. I said, well, wait, don't do anything. Let me get a hold of my bank and blah, 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 blah. Well, I had Mark do it because remember he's on Quaaludes?
Yeah.
He's like this. When Mark's happy, he's like this. When Mark's sad, he's like this.
This is when Joe Cooler, then the other side of the pillow, took over. While she spun around like the Tasmanian devil around the house.
Well, A-types just kind of go, what?
Yeah.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what you do.
I can't help it. It's just in our genes.
So I contacted the bank, and they started looking into the situation. And they called me back a couple hours later to let me know they were still looking into it. So then I, in the meantime, contacted the person's bank who we're buying the house from the next morning, and they said, the peso to dollar rate had changed because our bank, for whatever reason, sent U.S. dollars to the Mexican bank rather than sending pesos like we had asked for.
I don't know. Again, maybe you guys can comment below how it's done from the U.S. to the pesos, but we said Mexican pesos. For the last 3 weeks. In my letter, I stated that I wrote out the amount. I hand wrote out the dollar amount. Mexican pesos. So, go ahead.
So, when I called the next morning, I asked again how much it was short. And this time, because the dollar to peso rate had changed, we were like 24,000 and change pesos short.
Yeah, just in one day.
So I called my bank and they said, well, we have proof that we sent it out in pesos, but they didn't send it out in pesos because the Mexican bank sent me the U.S. dollar amount exact to what had been taken out of our account on Friday.
I think they meant to send it in pesos, but oops.
So,
didn't happen.
In the meantime, some time went by, and Paulette and I just had decided, well, it's just 22,000 pesos. We'll just
went
make
from
up the
24.
difference.
Went from 24, right?
Yeah.
To
22,000 pesos.
Yesterday morning.
About $1,100 US dollars.
About 1,100, right. So Mark says, is it worth it losing the house over this whole thing, blah, 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 blah.
And we agreed, no, it was not. So we were just going to make up the difference.
Go to Charles Schwab.
Yeah. And then
Maddie, if you're watching.
a few hours later, our bank called us back, and they admitted that they realized that they'd made a mistake and wanted to make it right by us. And so
that was before we were going to go to the bank. We decided to have breakfast, then we we're going to go to the ATM, take out the money, and meet one of the owners. It's a construction company that we bought the house from. We explained to them what happened. I asked their bank, was it okay if I paid him directly? Because I was afraid if I did another wire transfer, I didn't want to take any chances. So I just thought, well, if he agrees, I'll just give him the money. He can deposit it, make it right, and it's all good, right? So while Mark and I had finished breakfast, what happened?
Well, you got a call. Yeah, you got a call from our bank in the United States where they admitted they'd realized that they had made a mistake and wanted to make it right by us, and so we sent them the messages that we had received from the woman in the bank in Mexico, and then the woman who called from our U.S. bank spoke fluent Spanish, so then she contacted the girl at the
bank here in
Mexico. And then they worked it all out, and our bank made up
I think
the difference.
that's when we found out that it went down to 22,000 pesos, because that's what the girl told her. I mean, it's crazy how it changes, but it can. I mean, from 85,000 pesos to 24,000 pesos to now 22,000 pesos, which is about $1,100 US dollars.
So in the end, our bank did realize their mistake. They corrected it. They did not take any more money out of our account than the original wire.
Right. They said that they
transfer.
would go ahead and take care of that themselves. They were very apologetic about the whole thing. Said that was an amount that they hadn't done before. They've been doing wire transfers for the last year. But something happened. I mean, shit happens, right? I mean, that's true. But the good thing is that they stepped up to the plate. They owned it. and they said, we want to make it right. We'll go ahead and take care of this for you.
Right. And we were, already a little bit nervous about sending that much money over, wiring anyway, because, what happens if something goes wrong? Someone makes a mistake, it winds up in some other person's account, and then how do you backtrack?
No bueno for that.
To fix all that. So it wasn't that worst case scenario, but it was still a little frustrating.
It was really frustrating for me because I thought everything was going to go so smooth.
Yeah.
So we had that glitch. I had a glitch. Mark remained calm the whole time. I was in the bedroom having a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
But it doesn't last too long for me.
Yeah.
It's like it runs its course pretty fast. It's not like it lingers on. Like I do my Tasmanian devil thing and then I'm good. It's out of my system.
Right.
Next, move on.
So you can do all your due diligence. The problem is that, once it moves out of your hands, someone can still make a mistake. But in our case, thankfully, the bank realized their mistake. They corrected us.
Thank you, Jesus.
They didn't want to take any additional money out because they realized their mistake.
Today is another day, and the wire transfer got put in this morning, and then, which is pretty fast. So it got put in today to their account, and tomorrow it'll actually...
Or Friday.
What is today? Today's Wednesday. Oh, I'm all screwed up. Okay. Anyhow, so yeah, it went in today, Wednesday, and then Friday the funds will actually show with their confirmation and all that other stuff.
So we went over to the house today. We paid the owner for some things that were having done.
Hold that thought. Wow! Look what we got!
Keys to the house.
Even though the funds won't actually be there where they can use it until Friday, the owners are pretty good. They knew it wasn't our fault. Yeah. So we got a set of the keys today. Yeah, my happy dance.
Well, yeah, like 99% of the funds are already in his account. It's just the last 1%.
$1,100, that's nothing.
Yeah.
So we got the keys. We're going to show you some pictures of the progress of the house because you guys saw some pictures before. We'll put up some pictures and we'll show you. Again, we closed on Friday. Monday, they were already there doing some stuff. We went back today and there was even more stuff being done.
So the contractor's moving pretty quickly on the things that when we did the original walkthrough that we saw were wrong or need to be cleaned up and stuff like that. So he got right on that. Additionally, we asked for a bunch of other, some other things that we want to have done too.
Because this is our final home.
Yeah.
Until we go home later.
Right. So we're having an island put in. We're having a back patio put in. Some driveway work done. Kind of a kitchen.
Kitchen island, kitchen counter.
More kitchen counters. We're having the granite installed instead of this floor mica that they have now. New kitchen sink, things like that. And that additional work ran us like 163,000 pesos.
169,500 pesos, which is about 8,500 US dollars.
So
the concrete in the front.
Right. So we paid for all of that work to be done as well, and they're already starting on that too. So I think it'll go pretty quickly. We hope to be in there.
He says July 1st.
July 1st, yeah.
By July 1st. But the nice thing is that we do have the keys now. So after the workers are done doing their thing, then we can go back over there.
Right.
Mark was smart though. Today when we went over there, we brought a garbage can with lining in it, and we brought over some toilet paper and a roll of paper towels.
Yeah.
Then we put it in the bathroom for them, because what are they gonna do, right? Unless they bring their own toilet paper with them, I don't know.
Yeah.
And garbage can,
Yeah.
because that's what you do here in Mexico, use the garbage can. But they did say that we can flush at that place, so maybe they have their own toilet paper and they're flushing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyhow, so we got the paper towels there. We do need to bring some soap over tonight, and maybe a couple of more extra rolls of toilet paper for them, something like that.
And heaven forbid along the way that Paulette should pass along or pass by a place that sells planter pots.
No, I think I'm good there. I must have 14,000.
Really? We'll see about that.
Maybe 14,001.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good there. So he's thinking July 1st. Oh, and today when we were over there, Mark had me send to the contractor a pergola that he really likes, with the Spanish tile on the top, and not the plastic, the real Spanish, terracotta tile. So we sent that over to him. Just actually last night, I sent the picture over to him, and he was on it today. He had the guy that's going to be customizing our gate for us, and they walked through that with me. There was either plan 1 or plan 2, so we walked through that, and then he's the same guy that's going to do the pergola, and so we measured it out and stepped that all out on the rooftop. So July 1st is the day to move in. We've ordered the living room furniture. We put a picture of that furniture on Facebook. That's why we tell you guys, go to our Facebook page, because you see a lot more there than you do on here.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it on here after they've seen it already on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like I share a lot of things, like what tile do you think goes with this, or blah 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 blah, things like that. Plus I try to post houses every week in different areas for people to get an idea of what rents cost in Mexico. And so we paid the contractor all of his money, and last night I was texting with my landlord here. She's gonna let us out of the lease. Yeah! So she's gonna let us out of the lease early. Okay, she doesn't have to, but the way that the contract reads, and I had read it after Mark and I made an offer on the house, is that if she agrees to letting us out of the lease, I pay her one more additional month rent after I leave to help her out. She's letting me out early. And then she's going to give me all of the receipts that we had to sign at the guarantor's office. They make you sign 12 months, initial it, and then every month when you pay your rent, she gives you one of those in return. And so we were told by some people here that we need to ask for those back signed by her. That way we're not going to be held responsible. Nobody's going to come after us. And she said, no problem. She'll do that. And she also said that she's thinking about maybe selling this place. So that's really good news. So I just had one meltdown for good news happening, and we're pretty stoked. I'm pretty excited to have the keys. I know Mark's pretty excited. This is both of our first brand new home that we've ever had.
Yeah, I mean, we've owned homes before, but never like brand.
Right, never brand new, like where it's like, yeah, like you get to do whatever you want to do, and I mean, you can do that with an old house too, because we did that in our last house. We really made it nice. That's why we did the traveling before. We're probably not going to be traveling during the next month.
Right.
Yeah.
But we are still going to continue to travel, because that's really the premise.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We will be traveling, but right now we got a lot of things that we've got to, take care of and pick out, and the tiles. I showed all you guys on Facebook my tiles, and all you guys on Facebook got to see the kitchen tile and laundry tile that I decided to go with. So you guys on here don't get to see a lot of that stuff. So subscribe to our Facebook channel, and you'll get to chime in on a lot of things. When I'm asking questions, what do you think of this or that? Or, a lot of the subscribers like chiming in and showing pictures of what they've done and things like that too.
And what is the name of our Facebook group?
two travelers in Mexico. And for now, as always,
what she did.
bye guys.
Bye.